week 8. Yeah, week 8 that we've been doing this. And it's just been really great to be here with you guys and talking to you guys through this affirmation series. And today, I'm going to be speaking directly from my heart. And I want to take this week and focus in a little bit on why we do affirmations and the psychology behind it and how it works. Okay, because I feel it's truly important because there are people that walk around out here and they don't really don't understand their words and their thoughts and how all of the words and everything that they're thinking really creates the environment and shapes the experiences that they're having in their lives. So I just wanted to take some time and just walk through that. Okay. The first thing I want to start off with is by letting you know that you are a creative entity. All right. You cannot help but to manifest everything that's taken place in your life from birth to where you are now. All of the decisions that you've made has you in the direct situation and environment that you are in right now. And very few people look at life that way because we've been taught to be a reactionary type of being. We wait for the event to happen in our lives and then we react to it. So, what the affirmation series is asking you to do is set the intention of what you choose to experience, and then the event takes place in your life. So, you are always in this state of manifesting. You can't help it. You came here as a creator. Now, I know for most people, people are only focused on their physical reality as it's taking place. People are focused on these physical bodies and they haven't quite yet connected that there's something behind the physicality of your body. All right. There's a reason why I can raise my hand up and down. There's an intelligence behind this physical body that's causing that. Well, there's also the intelligence that's causing everything that's shaping and taking place in your reality. And I just want that to really digest in your system that you are more than just this being. You're a creative being and you have something called free will and free choice. And that's why more important than ever, we have to start intentionally setting the tone for what we choose to experience in our reality. And that's where affirmations come in. Okay. People are working with affirmations by affirming and sometimes denying. Okay. Just as you can say, hey, I am wealth, I am abundance, I am prosperity. Okay. You can also have a denial type affirmation, which pushes away the very abundance, the very wealth, and the prosperity that you're looking to experience in your reality. Okay, so it's very important for you to really understand that. Okay, now let me just put this in a scenario to illustrate to you how this works according to my beliefs. Okay, we are all in this one universal mind. There's only one. We're all fractional beings of this one. Whether you want to call it God, source, we're all fractional beings of it. We're creative centers within the universal mind. And behind our creative centers, there's an intelligence that sends back to us exactly what we're putting out. So if an individual is 90% negative in the energy that they hold in their vibration, they're going to experience that same percentage in their environment that's going to be totally negative. That's the law. It is a universal law. Okay. Now, there are different levels to that. You may be very locked in one aspect of your life, and you may have a positive look on that, but in another aspect of your life, a negative look. Well, those signals are going to respond accordingly. So, your creative center within the universal mind and God or the universe giving us free will, giving us free choice, we individually get to decide by what we think, by how we speak, what we bring back in our reality. And that's why affirmations are so important, because it's an intentional setting of the tone of what we individually decide to experience. I was thinking not too long ago, no names please, where two individuals, two siblings, can have two parents, they're in the same household, yet each sibling has a different quality of life. And why do you think that is? Because one sibling is holding a totally different energetic vibration than the other sibling. And you probably know countless examples of that. Like, how did that happen? How did the one person go in one direction while the other person went in another? And yet they were so closely connected, had the same parents, same environment, but how do they end up on separate sides of the track? It's because of what they're holding in their vibration. It's because of the output that they're sending out. So when we work with affirmations, it's about setting the intention that we choose to experience in our reality. And you cannot fool the universe. So every thought you have goes out infinitely, out forever. Every word you speak, how you feel, all of that shapes the order that you're sending to the universe about what you want to experience in your reality. And when you take the different aspects of your life, your relationships, the abundance that you are attracting, your wealth, all of that is done in stages of variations. And that's why it's so important to tune in on that and really set the intention. And it's like anything else, you have to rewire yourself in a way so that you constantly hit that vibration and that frequency of what you're choosing to attract before you see it in your reality. So it takes time, it takes practice. You have to work with these affirmations over and over and over again. And that's what this series is all about. It's about allowing you to take back the power that you already have, that's already God given, so that you can begin to intentionally shape your experiences. And there are countless examples of this all over the planet, of people that change their lives in a second, in a day, in one decision, and decide to go in a different direction. And because they decided to go in a different direction, guess what? The universe rearranges everything to match them on that frequency. But what a lot of people do is they take this God given power for granted, and they just react. They just react. They just react. So there's power in setting the intention. Okay. Now, some of you may be saying, well, Ace, I've never thought bad about my health and this, that, and the other, but yet I'm having health issues. And I'm just using that as an example. Well, there's something in you that's speaking to ill health. And I'm going to take it a step further. So we're all individual creative centers in this one universal mind. However, there's also all of our individual creativeness, creative centers also adds up to the collective. creative center as well. So if the majority of the planet thinks that there's not enough resources, as an example, to go around, that's going to be felt. And that's why it's even more important to hold in your individual creative center that there is more than enough, that there's more than enough abundance, and to speak to it and to think to it. But it's very easy to side with the collective experience that says, hey, there isn't enough. So some of us fall into the collective energy center of there isn't enough, and we experience that in our reality. While others, even seeing that their environment is not where they choose it to be, have found a way to set the intention of no, there's more than enough, and I'm going to make sure through my creative center that that abundance flows through me so that my environment changes. Hope that makes sense. Okay. And I'm doing this video outside because it is approaching October. I love the weather outside, and I wanted to take the opportunity because I know it's going to turn cold and I won't be able to do these as much. So that's why I'm out here, and I'm hoping the wind noise doesn't mess with you hearing and listening to this video. So that is the whole point in why we so strongly use affirmations in the way that we do. And we take the time to set it internally. Okay. Now, I'm going to take it a step further. There are individuals that know the power of affirmations, and they choose to use this power to control the masses, to affect your thought process and my thought process, to, for lack of better words, to submit, to sub. They want to prevent us from tapping into our inner power. They want us to lose hope. Their agenda is they want us to just continue to be reactionary beings. They want us to continue that there is not enough. They want us to continue to feel that we have no power within. Because by us not utilizing our individual power, they gain more power. It's a form of us just voluntarily giving away our power by not acting on our power. There's a reason why we only see the majority of the news as negative. That is a way to control, suppress, to keep us in those lower states of vibrational frequencies. So the larger part of what I want you to really get here is for you to understand and take ownership of how powerful you are and how great you are, and the ability that you have within yourself to change whatever experience that you're going through right now in your life. You can change it at any time. That's what I want you to understand. That's what we need more human beings to understand and start doing. We all need to turn our etheric light on within, because as you turn your light on, you will be an example to me as to what's possible and allow me to turn my light on, and so on and so on. That's the individual power that we have, regardless of what you're seeing in the physical reality. Understand the power that you have within. So take hold of it, claim it, exercise it, prove to yourself the power works, because until you utilize it, it's nothing but theory. This is some of the stuff they should be teaching in schools, but they don't. And I'm not knocking the school system, I'm not knocking it at all. But we have to work with the younger generations and show them how powerful they are within, that they can intentionally shape the experiences they choose to bring in their reality. I'm going to plug a book as I close out. Um, this particular book, Love and Law, you probably can't see it, but I've got so many things highlighted. This is about my sixth time reading this book. It's by Ernest Holmes, one of the greatest teachers for me in my lifetime. His content just resonates with me. And he has another book called Science of Mind that I've read a couple times, and I'm going to be rereading after this book. And it clearly explains and breaks down how all of this works. And our job is to claim our power. Our job is to recognize the greatness within, and then to take that greatness and apply it, to affirm who we are, to affirm what we're choosing, and to recognize no opposites of it. If you want to be healthy, start claiming health and stop looking at unhealth. Claim it. Claim it like no other. Claim it as if you know it. If you choose to claim abundance, claim it. Don't look at poverty. Don't consider lack. And I know it sounds simple. There will be some growing pains to this. But the first step has to come within. Has to come within. Has to come from you. It has to come from me. And I started with the affirmation series so that we can start priming our minds individually. Because the next series is going to all deal with manifestation and what that looks like when we start to really recognize the power that we have within us. And then imagine a group of us coming together, 15, 20 of us coming together and affirming the same thing together. The great master Jesus talked about that, right? Where more than when two or three come together, it's a compounding effect. Well, that's where we're going. But we first have to get used to affirming just some things about us individually. Then, when we come together collectively, imagine what that would look like. Now we have a couple months under our belt intentionally affirming what we're choosing. Then we go into a series where we collectively start manifesting. Then we look at what healing looks like. Because I believe we have the individual power to heal ourselves. There are no limits to this. None. The only limit is what you put on yourself. But when you look at yourself as an etheric being, when you look at yourself as energy, and energy can never be destroyed, so you are eternal and you are immortal. We're going great places. And I know some of you may say, well, hey, what happens when we die? Well, yeah, we might leave this flesh, but you always continue. And in this lifetime, at this particular point in your life, there's nothing but upside if you claim it today, right now in this moment. So I want to leave you with that. I want to thank you again for being here. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you never miss any of the videos that are going to be coming, because I got some great stuff coming down the pipeline. And also share this information. Okay. Be the light to someone else. Okay. Um, we have to start working individually together so that we can build a collective presence that affirms our greatness, affirms our love for one another, and affirms that we are unlimited beings. Okay? So, love and respect. Thanks for being here. And I look forward to seeing you next week, next Monday, with the continued series, Affirmations with Ace. I'll talk to you soon.